And hello again everyone, and welcome to the second part of our video lecture on the integrals involving exponential functions. So as I said earlier in the part 1 of the video, what I'm going to do here is to illustrate to you yung solution for example number 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so this problems involves yung ating formula number 2, which is the antiderivative of e raised to u. And in solving these 5 integrals, again, we need to consider pa rin yung paggamit ng u substitution. Okay, so it's very important. And another one, syempre, dapat maging observant din tayo dun sa mga integral natin na meron sa integrals. Okay? So, not all the times no, na direct yung nakukuha nating pagkuha ng antiderivative. But, merong mga integrals na you should first do an algebraic manipulation bago mo siya makuhanan ng antiderivative. So, what do we mean by algebraic manipulation is somehow kailangan nating i-simplify or rather pwede tayo mag-factor out no, ng mga expression dun sa ating integral in such a way na yung ating expression na makukuha ay mayroong may derivative no, para dun sa u natin sa exponential function natin. Okay? So, without further ado, let us begin first for the number 6. We have there an antiderivative of x times e raised to 5x squared dx. So, this number 6 no, is a direct substitution for the 5x squared since we have here x na naka-multiply dun sa exponent natin. And you take note that when you obtain the derivative of 5x squared, that results to 10x dx. So we have there an x and dx na later on maka-cancel out. Okay, so let us consider now our u to be the 5x squared. Then our du is equal to 5, syempre gawin na nating 10x dx, right? It will become 10x dx. So we have derivative kasi ng x origin, that is 2x. Then we have a coefficient 5, so 5 times 2x, that is 10x. And then siguro itong over 10 na to, divide natin for both sides. Okay, so para ma-cancel out si 10, we'll have here x dx equals to 1 over 10 du. So, ganito na yung kinuha kong expression because itong ating integral naman, pwede mo siyang isulat as antiderivative or integral of e raised to 5x squared, e raised to 5x squared multiplied by x dx. So, yung x dx natin dito, we will substitute that by 1 over 10 du natin dito. Okay? So, yung expression natin or yung integral natin can now be written as e raised to u multiplied by 1 over 10 du. So, ilabas ang 1 over 10 sa integral. We have 1 over 10 times the antiderivative of e raised to u du. And now, do the integration gamit yung formula number 2 na makikita natin sa screen. So, we have 110 e raised to u plus c, and then ibalik lang sa dating expression niya si u, that is 5x squared. So you now have 1 over 10 e raised to 5x squared plus c, and that's the antiderivative for the example number 6. Now let us proceed for the example number 7. But first, let me rewrite the expression or the integral rather. So we have the antiderivative of 2 times x e raised to x squared plus x plus e raised to x squared plus x dx. Okay, so in this particular example, dito maghinay-hinay tayo agad sa pagkukuha ng antiderivative, no? You must first become an observant in this particular example kasi hindi uubra yung gagamitin mo yung basic properties natin na integrate mo siya term by term. no? I think some of you or most of you ang ganun agad ang gagawin na paghihiwalayin yung ano natin, no? Oh, sorry, pag-integrate or kukunin natin yung antiderivative term by term, no? So sige, let us do that and see what will happen, no, to this example, no, kapag ang ginawa niyo is paghiwa-hiwalayin. Okay, so we have antiderivative of 2x e raised to x squared plus x dx plus the antiderivative of e raised to x squared plus x dx. And then we do the usual substitution. So we let u, ang ile-let u lang naman natin dito always yung kung ano yung exponent na meron si e. So let u is equal to x squared plus x. Then du is equal to 2x plus 1 dx. So yeah. So this is our problem now when it comes to our du. Kung titingnan kasi natin yung ating integral, we don't have a 2x plus 1 for both term. Right? So parang hindi nga in fact, hindi applicable na ang gawin natin is integrate natin term by term because of this du na meron tayong 2x plus 1 dx na nakuha. No, kung papansinin naman natin, we don't have a 2x plus 1 for both sides, for both term ng ating integral. So, in this case, no, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na hindi tayo din basta-basta mag-i-integrate or direct tayong mangunguha ng antiderivative. No, kailangan mo nating isipin, no, baka naman kailangan ng simplification or factoring yung illustration natin, no. Okay? But well, etong nilet u natin dito, magagamit pa rin natin yan. Ang kailangan lang natin gawin is somehow magkaroon tayo ng 2x plus 1 dun sa ating integral. So, in this case, no, wag natin gagawin itong pag-integrate term by term. Let us look doon sa ating expression, no? Paano ba tayo magkakaroon ng 2x plus 1 dyan? Okay. So, tingnan natin. Take note, for both term, meron kang e raised to x squared plus 1. Diba? So, bawat term na yan. Why not factor it dun sa ating antiderivative? And let us see what will happen to that. Okay? So, I have going to factor yung e raised to x squared plus x dito. Diyan. So, ano kaya ang matitira? Of course, yung 2x, right? Magkakaroon ka ng 2x. And then, i-factor naman natin yung e raised to x squared plus x dito. So, matitira dyan plus 1. And that's why we have e raised to x squared plus x dx. Now, ano ma-observe natin? Ayan. Diba? We have here a 2x plus 1. And because of that, we can use now yung du na meron tayo dito. So, similar pa rin yung nilet u natin, no? Yung expression natin na isa-substitute. No, nagkaroon lang natin, ang ginawa lang natin dito for number 7 is kailangan lang talaga natin siyang i-factor out para makita natin yung 2x plus 1 expression. Okay? So, let me rearrange this. I have the antiderivative of e raised to x squared plus x multiplied by the quantity of 2x plus 1 times dx. So, yung 2x plus 1 natin dito sa ating integral, that will be our du now. No? Saan nanggaling? Dito po. Okay? And then yung x squared plus x, papalitan lang natin yan ng u. So, that's why you will have here e raised to u du. And then, applying the formula number 2 that we have here in the screen, we got e raised to u plus the constant of integration. And ibalik sa value yung u kay x squared plus x. So, you have e raised to x squared plus x plus c. And that's it. That's how we obtain the antiderivative of the integral here in example number 7. So again, no, siguro ang isa na lang na mabibigay kong tips dito is that tignan natin if we can factor some term dun sa ating product, no, provided na meron na common siya dun sa lahat ng term na meron tayo sa expression. And then later on, makita natin no, na baka yung ma-factor out natin na yan, that will be our expression dun sa du natin once we obtain the use, once we do the use substitution. Okay? Now, let us proceed for number 8. So, itong number 8 na to, wag tayong matakot no for the expression that ito ay merong trigonometric function. Again, consider natin lagi yung nasa exponent ni e. Okay? So, kasi kung obserbahan nyo yung exponent ni e, once na dinerivative naman natin yan, you have there a derivative mismo dun sa ating expression, no? 'Di ba? Ano nga ba ang derivative ng sine? 'Di ba? Yan ay cosine. Okay? Yan. So, ganun lang, usual u substitution. Let u yung sine of x, then obtain the derivative. We have du is equal to cosine of x dx. So, i-rewrite lang natin to as antiderivative of e raised to sine of x multiplied by cosine of x dx. Okay? So, yung ating cosine of x here, ito siya, which will become our du. Right? Siyempre, yung sine of x natin dito, that will be our u. So, let us rewrite our integral in terms of u. We have now e raised to u du. No, napaka-direct yung example number 8 pagdating sa u substitution. So, this gives us e raised to u plus c, applying formula number 2. And then, ibalik sa dating expression si u, you will have here e raised to sine of x plus c. Okay? So, ito yung ating antiderivative for number 8. Now, let us proceed for number 9. We have here the antiderivative of e raised to 2x plus 1 all over e raised to x with respect to x. So, again, no, baka ang gawin na naman natin dito, medyo na-excite tayo mag-use substitution. Nilet nyo kaagad yung 2x, exponent ni e na nasa numerator. So, wag natin gagawin yan. Because kapag ginawa natin yan, magugulo. Mas mahihirapan tayong mag-integrate. So, observe na lang natin na ang fraction natin dito is meron kang meron kang monomial or single expression dun sa ating denominator. And in fact, you can distribute that on the numerator, no, term by term. Since e raised to x naman tayo, hindi siya makakancel, no, masisimplify natin to ng mas simple expression. Okay? So, simplify muna natin bago tayo mag-integrate. So, we will have here e raised to 2x. So, distribute ko muna yung ating e raised to x na nasa denominator dun sa ating mga expression or term na nasa numerator. So, meron tayong e raised to 2x over e raised to x plus 1 over e raised to x dx. And then, apply natin yung property ng exponential function natin. So, this one, e raised to x over e raised to x, e raised to 2x over e raised to x, that gives you e raised to 2x minus x. And then, itong 1 over e raised to x, i-rewrite lang natin siya as e raised to negative x. Then, dx. So, yung e raised to 2x minus 1 will become e raised to x. Then, we have plus e raised to negative x dx. Since yung ating term, no, expression is composed of two terms, and it's very easy, no, to deal with, integrate natin siya term by term. So, applying yung basic property na meron tayo sa integral, we have antiderivative of e raised to x dx plus antiderivative of e raised to negative x dx. And of course, apply the formula number 2 for the e raised to x, that is e raised to x plus, ano ang antiderivative ng e raised to negative x? Well, na-compute na natin yan for example number 4. So, antiderivative of e raised to negative x dx, maglagay lang tayo ng negative dun sa ating e. No? So, magkakaroon tayo ng negative e raised to negative x plus c. Okay, so we have now here plus the negative e raised to negative x plus the constant of integration. So, simplify natin yung expression natin. We have e raised to x minus e raised to negative x plus c, or rather, we have e raised to x minus 1 over e raised to x plus c. And that's the antiderivative for example number 9. Okay. Now, for example number 10. Okay. We have here the antiderivative of e raised to x times e raised to x plus 5 quantity cubed dx. Okay. So, etong example number 10, in fact, we are going to use somehow a double substitution ba? No. A use substitution pa rin, but hindi doon sa ating exponent ni e. No? And in this case, no, wag nating gagawin na i-expand ito. So, take note, ang expression natin na e raised to x plus 5 ay naka-raise sa exponent na 3. Madiwara kung gagawin natin yan, na i-expand nyo siya and then isi-simplify ninyo. No, it takes a lot of time to deal with this particular problem. Kapag expansion ang gagamitin. Well, mag-work pa rin naman expansion. Gawin natin, no, yung use substitution, pero hindi tayo mag-use substitution sa exponent ni x, but rather dito sa e raised to x plus 5. Okay, ito yung usual na use substitution natin na ginagawa dun sa algebraic expression na meron tayo. Okay, so we let u equals e raised to x plus 5. So, di ba, when we obtain the derivative of the expression, this gives you du equals e raised to x dx. Ayan. Kung mapapansin naman natin sa ating integrand, meron naman tayong e raised to x na pwede i-considered. Pagsamahin lang natin yan, isama lang natin yan with the dx. So, that will be our du. Kumbaga, ito expression natin, pwede mo siyang isulat as e raised to x plus 5 quantity cube times e raised to x dx. So, yung ating e raised to x dx, that will be our du. Itong e raised to x plus 5 na yan, what will be our u. So, simplify natin or express natin in terms of u yung ating integrand. We have now u, and take note, meron tayong exponent na 3. So, we have u cube times our du. So, gamit ang power formula or power rule. So, ang integral ng e raised to e cube du, that is 1/4 u raised to 4 plus c. And then, we can now go back yung, we can now exchange yung expression natin ng u as e raised to x plus 5. So, we have 1/4 times the quantity of e raised to x plus 5 quantity raised to 4 plus c. So, ito naman yung example, no, na kung saan hindi tayo nag-use substitution sa exponent. So, may mga ganitong cases, no? And sa mga assessment ninyo, we can see some of the examples like the number 10 na ginawa natin. Okay? And that's all for this video lecture. So, I hope you're able to somehow perform integration involving exponential function. So, again, thank you for watching and see you on the next video, no, if necessary na makapag-produce tayo ng video lectures. Goodbye everyone.